Sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the Monterey Peninsula, live opening round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Blue skies on top of blue waters, right next to one of the prettiest pieces of green grass on this good earth, as we check out the leaderboard here in round one. We've currently got a tie at the top at 5 under par. So Frank, the eyes of the golf world very much centered on the golfer we'll be following here at Pebble this week. 2 starts on the PGA Tour and 2 wins. First at PGA West, then Torrey Pines just a few days ago. You and I have been talking. We just have not seen anything like this.
No, I remember some of the guys, well, the Hoopla, the Tiger Woodses, the Jack Nicklaus. I mean, they came on, we expected them to play well, but they never played to this level, especially on 2 totally diverse golf courses. So this is an incredible start to their professional career.
So many great golf courses here on the Monterey Peninsula. We're at Pebble Beach for this, the 3rd tournament on the PGA Tour schedule this year. And Frank, we look at the golfer we're going to be following. Rookie on this tour, still looking to play the weekend for the first time after 2 missed cuts. Is there a danger of getting too discouraged early on?
There certainly is, and I think that's exactly where the player feels right now. If all of a sudden it's 3 in a row, you start to think, have I made the right decision? But I remember a line from the late, great Arnold Palmer. He said, this game is 90% mental, and the other 10%, well, that's mental as well.
Frank, this whole area of the country, Monterey, Carmel, 17-mile drive, just such a stunning setting for golf. We're just taking a nice drive with the emerald green fairway set against the ocean blue. It's just ideal. But talk to me about playing the course, Pebble Beach. What should a young golfer like this keep in mind when teeing it up for the first time as a professional?
Rich, it's the polar opposite of the drive-in, where you decompress and look at the views. Because once you get onto that first tee at Pebble, it's a wonderful golf course designed by Jack Neville. You're going to realize that no 2 holes look the same. I mean, that's stating the obvious there, but side hill lies when you play towards the Pacific. And then you sort of beat your way around the golf course. The beautiful downhill par 3 7th. I know it's talked about and it's photographed, but that's where you start scratching your head and like, do I have the right club? And that's a feeling you get at Pebble so often around this golf course. But I mentioned 7, so I've got to mention 8, 9, and 10. In my opinion, they're the 3 best par 4s in a row in any golf course I've ever seen. I mean, they're beautiful driving holes and iron play, but, Pebble's about the experience, but it's also about the legacy that this golf course has for America. So to compete at Pebble is one thing. To play well at Pebble, well, that's another thing as well.
Well, Frank, here we are at the 3rd, severe dog leg left, and I'm just curious how much of that dog leg the big hitters might think about chewing off.
Rich, the game has changed so much. If there's a hint of a breeze behind, I mean, really, have a crack at it with a driver. It's about 350 yards, really, to the front edge of the green. But if not, you've got to negotiate those 3 bunkers on the right side. And, well, depending on what club you want to have to head off the tee, decide which one of those bunkers you want to aim at.
Oh no, lost that one dead right.
It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
So from off the fairway, his 2nd now at 3. That is going to be tough in there. That is into the heavy stuff.
Frankie's not going to make the highlight shows tonight, but he might still make par, which isn't all bad.
Hey, let's face it, that is very forgettable.
So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And he'll stay at 2 under. Well, this is where Pebble Beach starts to look like Pebble Beach in all its glory and magnificent beauty. It's only 333 yards. Off the tee, you can hit driver, maybe make an eagle, knock it up on the green. We have seen guys do that. Or you can play it safe, long iron off the tee. Either way, you're thinking 3 at 4. Well, this looks really good.
I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw on the par 4 with a drive in 1.
Oh, that is a really good putt. Got it to throw out the anchor right near the hole. That's well done. Not much to that. It is a birdie here at 4, and he's got it to 3 under now. Just 2 back.
First par 3 of the round, and Frank, I'm reminded of the great history that Jack Nicklaus has here at Pebble Beach, and that goes well beyond what he did as a player.
Well, that's for sure. And we know his playing credentials, but he won the second of his 2 U.S. amateurs here in 1961. Actually said that was the best he ever hit the golf ball, but his legacy really as a designer, you see right here in front of you. I never got to play the old 5th hole, which is further left, but this is an absolute beast. It plays around 190 yards, very narrow green, and that is a cliff on the right, believe me.
Down on the course, let's check in with Begay III.
Ball sitting in the right front bunker. Not the most difficult bunker here at Pebble Beach, but certainly have some options.
Oh, that'll bring a wry smile. A very good putt there to save his par. And he'll stay at -3. Well, now Pebble Beach begins to really open up with some of the most famous holes in the world. We'll begin with a 498-yard par 5 6th. Pacific Ocean on the right and a row of bunkers on the left. Treacherous is a word that comes to mind. Oh boy, that has started way left. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot from the rough at the par 5 6th hole. You cannot help but think about what Tiger Woods did here in 2000 on his way to winning the U.S. Open. It was one of the greatest shots in the history of the sport. 7-iron from about 200 yards, thick rough. He just lashed at it, muscled it up the hill. And Roger Maltby, the announcer, said, it's just not a fair fight. He was right.
Oh man, absolutely can do no wrong. Dialed in, and that is an eagle, and this is a spectacular round of golf. Well, this is the one you dreamed about, isn't it? Just a little baby wedge that kisses the clouds and drops softly on that tiny green here at the 7th. You and your maker, there's nothing better in the world than to be playing the 7th hole and playing it well here at Pebble Beach.
That one was running so high.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Okay, pretty big swing necessary there, and that's not all that bad from that far away.
8-foot putt here.
Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And he'll stay at 5 under.
From the famous par 3 7th to the equally famous par 4 8th. Frank, what a hole.
It is, Rich, and it starts, in my opinion, the best 3 consecutive par 4s in golf. This one's a little bit of a blind tee shot. That white rock that's just up ahead, that's your line. If you hit it over the right side of that, your run out is about 250 yards. If you go a little left of that, you've got another 20 yards up your sleeve. But do not go further than that.
Yeah, if you see shortish par 4s like this, it's a great time to bring out the irons, and that is going to work out well. From the fairway, we check in with Noda.
Beautiful tee shot, great position looking at this green, and there are no easy options here. You got bunkers up the left, bunkers on the right. You have balls that are going to find their way into the penalty area. Requires precision execution.
Chance now for another birdie. Oh, never a doubt. That one was tracking the entire way. It is in for a spectacular birdie. The thing about Pebble Beach is it's easy to lose focus, stare off at the horizon, the Pacific Ocean, and all that beauty that surrounds you. But then you remember, right, I'm playing the 9th hole here. This is one of the hardest par 4s in the world. Pay attention. As picturesque as they come, that is right down the middle. A left to right breeze, something to consider here as he eyes this second shot.
And that one barely makes the front of the green. Do you realize if you just miss hit the middle of the club by 1/4 of an inch, you lose 10%. That's right, 10%.
Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. just a tap in there for par at the 9th. And the scorecard's looking pretty good after 9 holes. That's a 29 6-under par.
Start of the inward half and another big and bold par 4, Frank, with the ocean yet again running the entire length of that right side.
Yeah, you call it the ocean, I call it the world's largest water hazard, but looking in on the other side of the fairway and you'll see those 3 bunkers. Needless to say, they have to be avoided. But you do actually have to hit your tee shot just inside those because, once again, you've got a fairway that tilts left to right.
This one starting a little bit left.
Great drive straight down the fairway here, and the second shot is just over 90 yards.
So can he capitalize on the break here? His second from the short grass.
That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
Nope. So that's in for par to start this backside. And this will remain a one-shot advantage. Now we come to the 11th hole, and now the golf course heads up and inland, away from the water. Only 370 yards, best to be on the left side of the fairway. That will then open up the approach into what is one of the smaller greens here at Pebble Beach. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Ball not sitting too badly here at number 11. This is second shot.
Just too much juicy grass between the ball and the club face. It's always going to come up short out of that sort of light. Oh boy, far from a good shot that.
Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. Safely in. It's a bogey here at number 11. And he'll fall back to 5 under.
First par 3 now on the backside. Frank, this is sort of the forgotten hole, the 12th, 202 yards.
It is. It's in the corner of the golf course. If you look at the right side of the screen, it's very narrow, but that's actually the entry or the gateway. And the reason why I say that, that's the full width of the putting surface. If you're going to take the bunker on, you've got to carry the ball another 8 or 9 yards. But one thing in your favor is this hole plays 10 yards downhill.
Okay, safely aboard. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Now, it would be tempting to leave this one short. You can worry so much about the break that you forget to hit it. Demands a firm stroke.
Okay, I'd call that an acceptable effort from that range. That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And he'll remain right where he is. Here we are, Pebble's 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breather on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. The 13th here at Pebble Beach is sort of a forgotten hole. It's only 401 yards of par 4, but I promise you'll remember it if you make a birdie here, and you'll have a good chance if you put it in the correct position off the tee. This one tugged just a bit, the wind gonna push it a little.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long.
Not in the fairway, but not a real problem here at the 13th, getting set to play his second shot. And that, not quite gonna hold the green, but that'll be okay. Not quite enough on that one, but shouldn't be too much trouble from there.
You need to be very delicate on these greens, so all things considered, I think you'll take that.
Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And he'll stay right where he is.
Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but reachable only really by the longest hitters in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot as probably the hardest short wedge shot, right up there with the 15th hole at Augusta.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Safely back into the fairway. That was the job at hand, and it's a good end result.
In golf, you know, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that to do over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
Yeah, that's not bad. He was hoping that would come down a little more, but that's good effort. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll remain right where he is. Next up, the 393-yard par 4 15. Tee shot in the fairway gives the players an excellent shot at birdie, but be careful losing it right onto that 17-mile drive. That's up in the wind, maybe drifting a little left.
Yeah, it might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
See what he can do with this one. His second at the 15th. Just want to avoid the flyer lie coming out of that rough.
shot after shot. More evidence there with that beautiful touch.
And that one finished off. It's a birdie here at 15. And he'll move into the lead here with 3 holes to go.
This is a really pretty hole, the par 4 16th. What's the right line here, Frank?
Well, if you want to pick out something in the horizon there, if you look closely down there, the tallest tree in the distance, that's sort of right bang in the middle of the fairway. You will not see your tee shot land and you won't see it run out, but that's the line.
Really took a lot on with that drive, but this is going to wind up in the bunker. Not an ideal result. They're hoping to maybe get this close. It is on the green, but not where you want to be. Just gonna sneak on by.
Yeah, just didn't play enough break there, and it comes up short.
Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And this will stay a one-shot lead. From Jack at the 1972 U.S. Open to Tom Watson, the same championship, 1982. The 182-yard par 3 penultimate hole at Pebble Beach has provided historical drama time after time. That's going to be on the putting surface, and a birdie looks straight ahead. Now this for another birdie.
And it looks pretty much straight overall, but it's going to pick up a lot of pace as it heads down this slope. Needs to be careful.
Nah, that's going to wander off to the right and leave maybe 2-3 feet coming back. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And he'll remain at 6 under par. Well, you're not just playing the 18th hole at Pebble Beach, are you? You're taking a moment to soak it all in. Stand on that tee box, look out at the Pacific Ocean, think about what's happened here, who's played this hole, who's made history here, and then you let it rip. Boy, a good round going here on this Thursday, and that another fine effort off the tee. Now from a little less than 200 yards, this a second to the par 5. All right, that's a good shot from there. Home and 2 on the par 5. Landed it on the green. Wasn't able to get it to stop from that far away. Just on the fringe. And an outside chance of making an eagle here. Four feet now for birdie. Yeah, it's a birdie at the last. And that will go in the books as an opening round 65 outstanding. So this a successful day's work. Frank tied for the lead after day one.
We look at that leaderboard, Rich, and it's always nice to see nobody out in front. So it's just like an absolute pack. So I'm curious to see what happens over the next 3 rounds.
So for Frank Nobilo, Nota Begay III, and Iona Stephen, I'm Rich Lerner. We'll see you next time on EA Sports PGA Tour Golf.